Space and shape, two of the elements of design, work together to form a finished work of art. There are two kinds of space, positive and negative. Positive and negative space play an important role in determining the overall composition in a work of art. By understanding positive and negative space and applying your knowledge, you can become more successful in designing your compositions. So what is positive and negative space? Well, the positive space is best described as the areas in a work of art that are the subjects or the areas of interest, the yellow flower here. The negative space then is the area around the subjects or areas of interest, in other words, the background, as seen here with the black. It is no mystery that the shapes of positive spaces are determined by the shapes of the main subjects of the work. However, negative spaces have shapes as well. If one removes the subjects from a work of art, the negative spaces are left with a blank and the shapes of the parts removed. Therefore, the shapes of the negative spaces are determined by the shapes of the positive spaces. One of the oldest examples is the one given here. Do you see faces or do you see a vase? If you look long enough, though, you begin to see both. But in regards to positive and negative space, if you are seeing a vase, then you are seeing the white area as the positive space. The black area becomes the negative space or the background. If you are seeing the faces, then you are seeing the black areas of the positive space and the white area then as a negative space, the leftover area. Let's take a look at some examples of artists that have concentrated on the emphasis of positive and negative space. Escher is most famous for his so-called impossible constructions. He creates an optical illusion within his work and creating a metamorphosis between subjects. In this example, he begins at the top with the black birds representing the positive space and the white area the negative space. As we move down, the white fish become the positive space and the black area becomes the negative space. Very similar to Escher's optical illusion, other artists have used this so-called trick to create a relationship between figure and ground, thus creating a story and or a design element, as in the example shown here. Notice that both positive and the negative space are creating an actual design or image. Lastly, when it comes to art, take time to become more aware of the negative shapes so you can capture the relationship between the objects with greater accuracy. See the negative areas as additional shapes, not as wasted white space on your drawing paper. This will help with the accuracy of your drawing. As students, it is tempting to just look at the objects themselves without thinking about the space around them.